The text Encoding and Decoding in Television Discourse by Stuart Hall presents a theoretical model that explains how the media message, especially the one from television, are created by the producers and interpreted by the audience. He also highlights that non-neutral messages are modeled by ideological, cultural, and social context. He proposed three main positions of interpretation. The first one, the dominant hegemonic, the audience completely accepts the meaning as it was created by the producers. The negotiated, the audience understand the message, but they adjust to their own context. And the oppositional, the audience rejects the message and reinterprets it from an alternative framework. Hall also highlights that communication is not a linear process because the audience is active and they interpret the message differently from what the producers expect. And furthermore, it emphasizes that the media do not represent the reality. They create another one by codes and meanings, often reinforcing the power structures. And finally, he defines the communication as a dynamic and culturally charged process where the meaning is open to different interpretations.
These concepts can be seen in our daily lives and our daily society. For example, when you watch a political debate on TV, the producers are able to encode by showing specific angles, different camera shots, and with the sound in order to highlight the specific narrative that they want to portray. However, with your own beliefs and your own opinions and your own values, you are able to portray or decode something completely different. So you might agree completely, which would be a dominant reading. You might agree with some parts, which would be negotiated reading, or you might reject the message completely, which would be oppositional reading. Another example is advertisement. So for example, the advertisement of a new Apple phone. Some people might see the way they advertise it as being high-end, completely new technology and advanced. However, some people might see it as overpriced and not worth the money.
There are a number of ways in which the lecture topic relates to me personally in my real life. I'm part of an investment group back in my home campus, UC Berkeley, called Berkeley Investment Group, and there I lead efforts for recruiting new members, and I'm part of the diversity committee as well. So often that means encoding messages of diversity and inclusivity while also boasting professionalism. So kind of marketing that strategy has allowed me to see what goes in kind of the back end of the content creation process, but also allows me, being on the other side, to experience how people differently interpret these marketing kind of advertisements in different ways. Some might be really intimidated by the professionalism, some might think it's really exciting because of the networking opportunity. So that kind of goes to show how subjective information and advertisements can be received. Another thing that I thought of is performative activism and how kind of the lines are blurred between intent and interpretation. For example, post-pandemic, people were very actively online, posting campaigns and posting about the environment, and sometimes this could appear as performative or coming from a privileged stance because them posting or reposting on Instagram isn't actually contributing a tangible amount.
So the hypodermic needle theory shows that the media messages have direct influence on the audience, they're injected with information. And Hall's model, it recognizes that audiences are active participants in the communication process. So people interpret media in different ways depending on their perspective, leading to dominant, negotiated, or oppositional readings, depending on their perspective. And when it comes to mass behavior propaganda, Hall's concept of codes connects to propaganda studies, and it both focus on how narratives promote and maintain dominant beliefs, and this shows how people think and act. And however, Hall's work emphasizes that audiences are not completely passive. They can resist or redefine dominant messages.